Hi all, thanks for joining today. In this video series, I'm going to discuss how you can leverage Metaverse or Web 3.0 for marketing and lead generation. So this is a series because this topic is pretty broad and it takes time to understand initially the basics, and then Metaverse is also evolving. So as new things come up, I'll keep adding more videos to the series. So now first, why should you care about Metaverse or Web 3.0 for that matter? So one thing which all the businesses realize or should know is that market is evolving on a daily basis. The way you do marketing and generate leads is changing, and if a business doesn't adopt to changes happening around, then that business may not prosper, or it may cease to exist. And some of you may have been hearing about Metaverse Web 3.0, and already millions of people are flocking there, and in future it may be the next big thing. So it's always better to know about the changes happening and see how we can leverage it for our business. Now let's go a little bit back and see how the changes evolve over a period of time. So whether it's industrial revolution or a dot-com boom, which happened around 2000, in step one, you'll see everybody try to figure out how this can be used. There are a lot of players who come into market and they come up with different products and ways to do things. Step two, they figure out, and some of them, they are able to come up with a product which suits market need. And step three, they expand and grow big into huge companies. So same thing in from Metaverse perspective. Currently, we are in step one. Everybody is trying to figure out. It's all wild west out there. So it's good to understand what's happening and find out the emerging trends, and tag along with those emerging trends to grow our business. Whether you have a insurance agency or a real estate agency, or it's selling merchandises, or you're a big corporation, um, one has to adopt with a change. Or you might know, right? Like companies like Barnes and Noble, when internet came, they didn't thought that it will be a threat, and Amazon came in, and they were able to capture the market and grow huge. Now let's discuss how these different web are different. What are the differences between web 1, 2, and 3? So web 1.0 was initially when internet websites came in, dot-com boom, which we talk about. And during that time, you'll see websites, and people were flocking to them, creating email IDs, and a lot of advertisement or marketing which used to happen was some kind of a banner ad on those sites. And during that time, Amazon started selling its books online, and then over a period of time it was able to grow to such a huge success. So Amazon is one of the web 1.0 uh, based company. So in web 1.0, there was a static website where things were passed on. There was a less amount of interaction which customers can do. So it was more of a one way communication. In web 2.0, what happened was companies like Facebook, Wikipedia, and all those came up, and there it was, the platform was owned by one big corporation, but customers were able to interact. And so when you see Facebook, or all the users, they go there, they interact with each other, and they share their information. And Facebook is monetizing those interactions, or whatever you're doing, by placing ads and um, different kind of monetization mechanism. So again, like, Facebook, Twitter, and a lot of those companies, they were able to figure out Web 2.0, and today they are huge. Now, this metaverse or Web 3.0. So what's happening here is this is, based on blockchain and decentralization concept. And here you are actually able to own a piece of it, like, with whether it's NFT or, digital currency in a lot of ways. So you own a piece of this thing, and metaverse is becoming like a more immersive experience. So we will discuss a little bit, as we go along, how you can market here and what's happening. But if you look in Web 1.0, 2.0, there were websites or portal where, you create a presence and people come there. In metaverse, it's more immersive experience. It might be a, you know 3D office where people come to your business. So like currently also a lot of companies, they have their physical offices where people come, they meet their staff. In similar way, in metaverse, you can have as a one way of marketing your thing, office or a building where you can have your staff as a different avatars, and your customers can come and interact with your business and buy stuff. Let me give you some glimpse of how marketing is done currently in metaverse. So here you see, this is an avatar which I have created for myself, and you can easily create it currently. Every platform has a different kind of avatars available. Now, what's happening today is, like, these avatar which people are creating, they are also having some kind of accessories, which they display. So, there might be shoes or glasses or, handbags. So now a lot of companies who are um having a product in physical world, they are trying to create a virtual world products as well, and sell it to users. Um, and what these users are doing is, they are showcasing their brand, and it kind of reflects their identity. So, Gucci, they did a campaign where, they sold their shoes at a certain price in metaverse, which was way cheaper than the real world, but people bought it and used it. Louis Vuitton, they are selling their bags, and what I've heard, they are pretty expensive even on metaverse. What you can do is, like, create your t-shirts and have your logo displayed and share it with these avatars. That could be one way to market your brand. Like, in today real world, you might see a lot of companies, they give out t-shirts to increase their brand awareness and those kind of things. So there are a lot of ways you can market to these users who are participating in metaverse. Another way could be, like, as I mentioned, you can give them gears with your brand, and when they are interacting in metaverse, they are kind of acting as your brand ambassadors. Like, like celebrities, they display some of the brands. Some of these metaverse characters will become a celebrity and influencers, and they can showcase your brand and help you with the marketing. So that's one part of it. Next, so now let's look at the second example. So the way you have a website or a portal today, tomorrow you'll have something like this. You see, I mean, this is just something which I'm creating, for my own self. It is like a, you can say, office or a house where people can visit. So today, if you have, say, insurance agency or a real estate agency, here you can have your avatars or your agents or whoever is selling, salespeople, part of this 3D office, and you can display your products and invite people who will come and buy or sell your product. So this is going to be maybe one more thing. The way you have your website for marketing, tomorrow you will have something like this where people will visit and you will use it for marketing. So these are some of the initial examples I wanted to share to give you a glimpse of metaverse. In future videos, we will go even in more details and discuss some more marketing avenues which are available. So if you like so far and you want to learn more about Metaverse and Web 3.0 and how you can do marketing and lead generation, keep following this channel and we'll meet you soon. Thank you.